Hello world, it's me, DoctorAinz, and today we're gonna be talking about the Skullgirls Mobile Update 6.0. And obviously the spotlight of this update goes to the newest character. It's Mary or Marie, whatever her name is. She is supposedly been 10 years in the making, whatever that means, and today we're gonna be talking about her and everything she brings to the table. So without further ado, So, as with every new character, she introduces a new debuff. It's called Quietus or Quietus, whatever. What this thing does is that the afflicted fighter will not have any resistance, meaning you'll get showered with debuffs, and also both Final Stand and Blessings effects will be ignored. So this means that if you get hit while you're suffering from this, you're certainly dead. So there's that. She also brings a new catalyst. It's called... Okay, so her catalyst is called Bone Biband or Bone Biband, whatever. This makes it so that Mary gains Final Stand for 10 to 20 seconds whenever she suffers a hit that deals at least 10% of her max HP. And while she's benefiting from Final Stand, she gains 10% health and inflicts you with Quietus for 15 seconds whenever you gain a buff. A buff? Yeah, a buff. So, although this seems like a pretty powerful effect in paper, it has a very easy workaround, which is simply don't gain any buffs. Even though you obviously don't want you obviously don't want her to get a Final Stand. That is besides the point. That is bound to happen either one way or another, either by Quietus, by Bone Biband or Bone Biband or whatever, or by simply using a light Mary in the light elemental week. So it is bound to happen, so don't fret it if it happens. Just don't use a character which has which relies on gaining buffs, otherwise you're gonna die, obviously. Alright, up next, she also has lots of variants. We're gonna talk about those later, not now. Obviously, versus Mary, you can play Mary in competitive versus, but obviously, as usual, you have to have a Mary in your collection before you can use Mary in versus play. So there's that. Not too hard to get a Mary. It doesn't even have to be like a silver Mary or a golden one or even a diamond one. Simply having a bronze one will suffice. So don't fret it. It's as easy as that. As usual, with newest characters, they are not they're not entirely available to you until at a later date. So if you're going to get Mary, you'll have to do a lot of workarounds, which are basically either spending real money or spending your hard-earned Tionite in the gacha pools. But it has like a very interesting thing, let's call that, is that you don't really need to spend like 10 million Tionite to get a chance to get Mary. After you open 10 of her wishful relics. No, they're not wishful relics. They are. I forgot what they're called. Give me a second. Yeah, they are called wishfuls. So yeah, after you open 10 of those, you're guaranteed to get another Mary, because they give you, I guess, relic shards, exclusive relic shards. Let's just call them that, so that you can open a exclusive, let's just call it that, Mary relic, which is the resurrection relic. So there's that. Definitely an improvement, a huge improvement. I never had any trouble getting new characters, but other people have. So just because something doesn't benefit me, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. So I guess there's that. Let's see what else do we have in store. Oh yeah, how could I forget? She also has her new, her very own event, which is available on Mondays, I believe. and it's not too hard, not too hard even on master. You simply don't have to use blockbusters willy-nilly, and if you do, be sure to use them in a combo that you can. Be sure to use them before you can use special move, meaning you use a blockbuster and then you continue your combo with a special move. Does that make sense? I hope so. Or you simply can just spam like a low cooldown. No, not low cooldown. Low end lag special move, and be completely safe. So she also has a new event. Looks cool. She also has new music to the menu, but since I play all of my games without any sound, it doesn't really affect me at all. So tell me what you think about that, because I surely cannot give you my opinion on it. Alright, we also have new monthly variants, which I absolutely dread. So if you're not in the know, their new way of releasing variants is as follows. Every month we have a new seasonal monthly prize fight, and said prize fight has exclusive relics, and the new monthly variants are put into that relic character pool. So the only way of getting the newest variants is by opening those relics. And how do you get them? You get like 10 or so. Let's just say 20. No, I believe it's 15 at most. At most, if you rank 1,000, if you get all of the milestones, and if you get all of the BS Pass rewards. So yeah, you have 15 chances of getting the newest variants, and if you don't, the only way to get them until they are released in like 5 months or so. So if you're afraid to play, I hope someone is praying for you. But enough about me whining. Let's just take a look at what the new variants will do once they are introduced. Consider this your spoiler warning if you want to see them by yourself, I guess. I don't know why will you want to do that, but anyway, let's go with the first one. Cerebella Scaregiver. She has she inflicts Wither, and she gets haste for up to 8 seconds when the opponent is knocked down. And she has up to a 15% chance on hit to grant enrage to herself, obviously, for 10 seconds and drain up to 3% of the opponent's health while she is benefiting from haste. Yeah, that seems pretty busted even for a Cerebella. Here's the combo. Grab Rough Copy, get permanent haste, and then use what's it called? Saracopter into Pommel Horse into another Saracopter, and then you completely obliterated your opponent. So very strong, definitely. Let's see the next one. She is Misfortune Foot Soldier. She has her head hits. The hits that when you get hit with the head, not the hits that she does with her head. Whatever. They have up to 100% chance of granting Deadeye and removing granting Deadeye to yourself and also one random buff for 7 seconds, while also removing one debuff from yourself. Obviously, except Hex, because why will they do that, right? Her signature ability number 2 is that she deals up to 10% extra bonus damage for each buff applied to either fighter, up to 100% bonus. I guess it's their way of balancing the fact that you will get a lot of buffs simply by spamming basic misfortune stuff. So props to that, but also, why is she the only one who has this cap on her damage? Is it because she's a diamond and her damage is already gonna be insane, or why? I don't see any other reason actually. Even Burger King has like a no cap on his damage, so yeah, I don't know why she's the only one with us. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. So next one, a diamond water pinwheel. Sounds fun. Is she supposed to be Spider-Man? Anyway, she has when pinwheel. When she's been in the air for 1.5 seconds, she gets Deadeye for 10 seconds and inflicts Guard Break for up to 8 seconds. She also has up to a 15% chance on hit to remove one opponent buff and gain evasion for 10 seconds while near an opponent suffering from Guard Break. So very interesting to say the least. It's also important to note that Pinwheel doesn't have to be flying for this ability to trigger. She simply needs to be in the air, which you can do by being comboed, obviously, and you can do by comboing either by using her normal combos or by using something like Bluer Treasure. So pretty easy to activate, not need to be flying and learning new combos or anything, so pretty standard. We'll have to see how strong she really is, after she comes out officially, I guess. Moving on, next one is Bombshell and Neutral Diamond Parasol. I gotta say, first of all, that I am absolutely in love. Oh my god, she's so pretty. Anyway, she gains Enrage, Barrier, or Regen for up to 15 seconds when spawning a tier. She also, when you detonate at least 3 tiers at once, they become unblockable. I'm guessing for that particular use, not, forever. I hope not. And Parcel changes outfits. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, actually. I don't think there's another fighter who does that. Anyway, detonating 5 tiers at once inflicts stun for up to 2 seconds on hit. So doesn't seem too powerful, admittedly. Unless her unblockable properties on her tiers become, for the whole match and not just for that particular instance. Well, we'll have to see. But personally, I don't believe she's that strong. Unless her change in outfit gives her another signature ability number 1. It could be. I don't know. I hope not. We have enough OP attackers as it is. No need to add anymore. So next one, I believe it is. So Primal Prodigy Peacock, Golden, Air Elemental, and that's it, I guess. She gets 1 random buff for 10 seconds and 5% blockbuster meter, obviously. The days of simple signature abilities are over. Now a signature ability has to do like 10 freaking things at once. Anyway. Gains 5% blockbuster mirror every 4 seconds, not suffering a hit. Also, when a buff on Peacock expires, she inflicts Curse, and she disables opponents' special moves for up to 8 seconds each. Seems strong, but not like super strong. Mostly because the buff has to expire on Peacock, not on either fighter. So there's that. Yeah, I guess moving on to the last one, the whatchamacallit, yeah, the last and certainly least, it is a golden neutral squiggly. Lots of neutral variants joining the fray. Moving on, whenever she is charged, she inflicts bleed for up to 10 seconds for each 15% health lost by either fighter. So you or your opponent, obviously. Her signature ability number 2 is that she gains Enrage and Regen for up to 12 seconds each when using a blockbuster while the opponent is suffering from bleed. This kinda sucks, doesn't she? Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe being away from the game has definitely twisted my perspective on what a good fighter is. but I don't know. It doesn't seem, honestly, it doesn't seem that strong. I hope I'm right with this one. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the new variants introduced in the game, in the update. Not in the update. Well, they are introduced. They're not released. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, moving on, we have quality of life updates regarding your collection. Now you have a neat little button that shows your all of your move stats. This includes showing stats in after you get a special move or a blockbuster from a relic, and also, and thank the Lord for this, you also get to see your opponents, not your opponents, your moves stats after a daily event sweep. So that way you can choose to sell them on the spot, which takes us to the next one. You can finally sell all your moves in one fell swoop simply by clicking the button sell all moves. You can also filter your collection by stats. So obviously you don't want anything with HP, even a bronze fighter, you don't want anything with flat HP increase. So you select all of them and then you sell them. Pretty easy. You don't have to spend like 10 hours a day to manage your collection, or have them pile up, taking lots of valuable space. Yeah. Also regarding the collection, its size has increased finally. Now the fighters. Now you can have up to 1,200 fighters, up from, I guess, the normal 1,000 that you used to have. So that is pretty neat. And also for moves, before you could only have 2,000 moves or blockbusters, whatever. Now you can store up to 2,200. You obviously have to buy these expansions, and they are pretty expensive in the long run, but nonetheless, pretty good change overall. So let's see the new and improved backstage pass, which I cannot make this up. What are they called? The abbreviation will be BS Pass. So that is pretty fitting. I gotta stop clapping my lips. It sounds disgusting. So yeah, now you can spend 500 units to skip the current level that you're in. Well, you don't really skip the level, you gain 1,000 points, but 1,000 points equals a level, so there's that. And no, you don't get anything by going overboard, so yeah. Anyway, the daily goals have been improved. So before, by completing, every time you completed one daily goal, you used to get 150 points. Now you get 250 points. That means that if you complete all 4 of the daily goals, you're gonna get 1,000 points, obviously, and 1,000 points equals 1 level. So 1 BS level per day if you complete all of your daily goals. That is pretty amazing, pretty good, pretty good. We also have adjustments to some of the other goals. In particular, the use 10 experience treats 1. Before you only got 150 points, but now you're gonna get 250 points. That is a huge increase, actually. Also activate 2 experience boosts. 150 points before, now 250. Pretty amazing. Send 20 gold gifts. Before 200 points, now 250 points. A little bit pretty tiny increase, but an increase nonetheless. So that is good. That is amazing, actually. Amazing in the long run, I guess. Well, not really. You only get like 200 points in the long run, but that's 20% of one level, so that's 20% point increase. Alright. Opening 10 premier relics used to get you 250 points. Now it gets you 300.
And here comes the bad ones. The nerfs for the daily goals. Before you had to get you had to win, or you had won, whatever, 25 prize fights in whatever prize fight, yeah. Before you used to get 750 points, now you only get 500. That is a pretty huge deal if you ask me. But anyway, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, beat 3 floors in the parallel realms has been changed to win 10 nodes, which is basically win 10 battles in the parallel realms. The newest game mode that they had implemented. But yeah, it doesn't have to be any particular difficulty. You just have to complete those 10 battles. Oh yeah, but before the goal used to give you 750 points. Now they'll give you 500. So pretty awful if you if you ask me. Another one: defeat the Yolo boss deck, the Yolo deck hazards boss 3 times. Now you only have to beat it 2 times, but now you only get 500 points instead of 750 points that you used to get. Oh wow. And the Rift one, win 25 Rift nodes, used to get you 1250 points. Now it only gets you 500. That is awful. But yeah, I have no idea why they decided this was a good idea. Not the particular Rift mission ones, but the weekly mission rebalancing, I guess. You're basically getting more points by not playing the game, doing mundane stuff, than you get by actually playing the game. Beating holodeck, beating parallel realms, beating Rift battles. All of that gives you less points than before, and now just doing busy work gets you more points. I don't know why they decided to do that, but whatever. Alright, now to the monthly missions that have been changed. Number 1, spend 10,000 skill points has been changed. Well, no, you still have to spend 10,000 skill points if you want to complete the mission. But now it gives you 2,000 points instead of 1,500 points. So 500 points increase, pretty good, pretty substantial actually. The next one, spend 5 million coins. Used to get you 1,500 points. Now it gets you 1,750 points. Pretty good actually. The evolved 10 characters, or evolved 10 characters. No, 20 characters. Oh my god, it used to be evolved 20 characters. Now it is evolved only 10 characters. Pretty amazing actually. I don't think I ever got the evolved 20 characters mission. I don't think so. I only been playing for like a month or two, but yeah, I don't think I got either one of those. Next one, complete 80 events now has been changed to only complete 60 events, which is I mean, I don't know why they decided to change this, but it's a good change nonetheless. Less work, faster rewards. I guess you could call it that. But yeah, the mission for completing 21 parallel realms floors has been changed to only complete 100 nodes, which is 100 battles. I don't know if you have to complete. No, if getting the regen node and the resurrect node counts as finishing a node. I don't think it should, and I have no idea. I have no way to test it, and even if I could test it, I wouldn't test it because that will mean that we'll get less rewards, and you know how greedy I am, so I definitely want more rewards. Yeah, that is gonna be it for the missions. No, not really, because the 15 win streak in any prize fight has been changed, and now it gives you only 1,500 points instead of 1,750 points. 100% accursed experiments twice used to give you 1,750 points. Now it only gives you 1,000. That is an amazing nerf. Wow. Anyway, hitting your opponent, both of the hitting your opponent for X amount of damage had been nerfed again. No, not again. Have been nerfed. Now you only get 750 points instead of 1,500 points that you used to get. That is a lot. Oh my god, that's a 50% decrease in point gain. Awful. Deal 100,000 points of damage in a single hit has been changed. Also, used to give you 1,000 points. Now it only gives you 750 points. No, used to give you 1,500 points. Now they're gonna give you 750. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it. But since we're talking about big numbers, let's go into the parallel realm adjustments that have just been what are they called? Implemented. So let's roll. So first change, the nightmare difficulty area 1. Now the nightmare difficulty has had their attack percentage in the boss node reduced by half. So I have no idea, I don't remember. Oh, but only in the first area, I forgot to say. Yeah, I don't remember how much attack they give them, but yeah, now they give them half as much attack, so I guess that's a good change. I don't really care about that. We'll place Nightmare where you can play No Mercy and get some measly more rewards. Alright, speaking of No Mercy, the Area 1 modifier, Standing Tall, has been changed. Now is tuned up. The Standing Tall modifier used to gives you regen for every 3 seconds. Yeah, regen every 3 seconds. Regen for 10 seconds every 3. No, timeless regen for every 3 seconds that you're standing normally. That you are knocked down. The regen gets removed after you get knocked down. So I didn't put my thoughts into video, but I always believe that the first area in No Mercy is incredibly more difficult than the later parts. Also, Immune Therapy and Concrete Resolve have been completely changed into, well, completely replaced by Coagulation and Super Serum. Well, before I say that, I gotta say, Tune Up now gives the opponent armor for 15 seconds if you use a special move, and they gain regen for 15 seconds if they use a special move. So be very careful of bursts and be very careful of, you know, spamming special moves. Alright, speaking of No Mercy, Immune Therapy and Concrete Resolve have been changed into Coagulation and Super Serum respectively. So what Immune Therapy used to be is, you have 15% chance of gaining what's it called, immunity every time you got hit. Now it's been changed for Coagulation, yeah. Coagulation basically turns every bleed effect, every single bleed effect into regen. So now, having any fighter that can inflict bleed has been, you know, completely destroyed. It's completely detrimental if you do that. Pair that with the artifact called Explosive Tips, I believe. This gives your projectiles a chance to inflict heavy bleed, and if you're not aware, you can get completely destroyed by your own hand. You use a projectile as you would, and then Explosive Tips trigger, and then suddenly your opponent has lots of regen. So be very careful of that. Yeah. Concrete Resolve used to be whenever you drop below 50% health, you gain permanent what's it called? Permanent immunity. Now Super Serum gives you, or yeah, Super Serum is the the new modifier, the new replacement for that, makes it so that every single debuff lasts twice as long. No, the other way around. It only lasts half as long. So things that already lasted. Oh, but this doesn't affect neither Doom nor Fatigue. So it's kind of horrible. I don't like this. I prefer the other ones better, actually. Now that I think about it, I prefer the other one. So I guess it is what it is, right? Another fix: plot armor, the thing that your enemy cannot get hit for like more than 5% of their health. Now has been fixed. Before, what's it called? Precision used to ignore that. Now it doesn't. I don't know what it did in the first place, but I guess there's that. We also have new marquee abilities for the defenders. So if you're not in the know, marquee abilities are, well, there's two of them that you can choose. Before the defenders used to get the first one, the marquee ability number 1. Now they get what the optimal, no, rather what depths think the optimal marquee ability for a defender is. So Annie gets Blue Shift, Dahlia gets No Time to Die, Philia gets Leech, but I believe she should get the first cut. Whatever. Sorabella gets, what's its name? Center Stage? Yeah, Center Stage instead of the main act, or I don't even know the name of it. I cannot recall. Give me a second. Yeah, now Sorabella gets Upper Hand instead of Ringleader. It used to be the marquee number 2 then. Well, anyway, now she doesn't this mean that Ringleader deserves a rework or something? Because nobody uses Ringleader. Everybody always says you should be using Upper Hand, and well, now not even the devs want it. So expect to see a Ringleader. What's it called? A Ringleader rework in the future. I hope. Anyway. Next change, the artifacts, they have been adjusted. Let's see what the adjustments are. So the first one, Rusty Manacles, has been changed, has been replaced actually for Subersive Shots. Rusty Manacles used to be your opponent gets inflicted with Immobilize for 7 seconds every 15 seconds. With Subersive Shots, your fighters' projectile attacks have a 25% chance on hit to inflict Immobilize for 10 seconds. I have no idea who's actually, who actually wants Immobilize, but I guess Inkling Peacock, or any Peacock for that matter, but yeah, Immobilize, it's awful. Anyway, King of Diamonds has been buffed. Before it used to be 10% defense increase, now it's at 30% defensive increase. Queen of Hearts has been changed. Used to be 10% max health, now it's 20% max health. Supercharger now should work with all of the energy-based projectiles instead of only Rubber Fortune ones. Fishbone Cleaver has been nerfed. 10% chance inflicted by your fighter used to be regained as health. Now it's only in effect for the first 30 seconds of the match. I don't know why. Why would you nerf that? Why would you do that? I have no idea. Alright, the bronze artifact called Jellyfish Lantern, which makes it so that you get immunity for 20 seconds at the beginning of the match, but the immunity is removed if you get a hit, even from a burst. Yeah, that became a silver artifact, which is good. I used to believe that Jellyfish Lantern was pretty strong, so there's that. The silver artifact, Time Bomb, which gives you haste for 10 seconds whenever you get a debuff, and when that haste expires, you remove all of your non-permanent debuffs, obviously. it switched places with Jellyfish Lantern because this silver artifact became a bronze one. Next one, flashbangs. The first fighter on the opponent's team takes damage equal to 10% of their current health and suffers stun for 5 seconds at the start of each match. Now they only suffer stun for 2 seconds, which is a nerf, but not that big. I don't even know what they decided to do the nerf. Okay. Ability Armor. Your fighters cannot suffer more than 10% of their max health from a single hit. They claim that before only precision hits used to ignore this, but that's not true. Normal hits also ignore this every so often. I have no idea why. I didn't bother to test it. But yeah, hopefully they give more attention to the artifacts in the next update, and hopefully they get changed for the better. Speaking of which, we have persisting implants, and basically before there were certain instances in which hell wasn't drained. Now they should currently be drained, I guess. Also, now bidding No Mercy Parallel Realms gives you 1 Jackpot Relic instead of 2. 1 Jackpot Relic and 1 Premier Relic instead of 2 Premiers. So that is amazing, actually. Pretty good. Now instead of getting 2 bronzes, you get 1 bronze and 1 silver. So, hooray! Okay, so last batch of changes. The darker tint when you and your opponent are both using the same variant has been removed. Probably something to do with space constraints or something like that. Something regarding the app getting a little bit too big for its own good. I obviously don't like this change, mostly because before it was a nice little detail to, instead of being something that differentiates yours and your opponent's character, I thought it was a neat little thing to have. Regardless, Starlit Rose, the new neutral Diamond Annie, now triggers her buffs relative to the time that she gains the buffs instead of, you know, the fight clock. I don't know if that makes any sense, but why is she the only one who does this? There's a lot of variants who trigger their signature ability in regards to the fight clock instead of when they got a buff or a debuff or something like that. Pretty weird. Another why only that variant type of deal. Anyway, Wonderkind will no longer trigger her signature ability if she is dead. Apparently she will still trigger it if she is even if she is not the active fighter, but not anymore if she is, well, dead. So there's that. And now chat channels have exclusive languages, which means that whenever I see someone speaking in a foreign language, I do my best to correct them to their to a channel that speaks their native language. I run the risk of being silenced or of being banned from chat because I have no idea why. So anyway, that's everything for the update, except for the fact that Hilgard Beam, the super for Mary, sometimes causes versus matches to crash, and they still haven't fixed it. Why not? I guess that's gonna be everything for today. Now for real. Thank you all so much for watching if you did, and I'll see you next week when we take a look at Mary's variants and what they can bring to the table. Hopefully nothing too broken. Nothing too broken, but we'll see. We'll also take a look at Mary's viability and combo potential and all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be everything for today. Thank you so much for watching if you did, and remember, life is full of adventures, so don't fill up on bread. See ya!